Hello and welcome to another MCO market update on XRP. We are currently tracking a potential 5-wave move up from the April low. I've made a slight adjustment to the wave count, even though the move up is still unfolding. We don't have a top. I think it still looks best, or it does look best now, as potential 5-wave move up. I mean, it can still extend a bit higher, but that's a slight change from the previous wave count, which doesn't change the direction. But it sort of is less immediately bullish, right? Because the previous count, it just didn't, I don't know, it just didn't add up. Also, it just looked too messy, even though it was valid. Even this one is messy, but I think we can justify, especially because it's aligned with kind of the Bitcoin chart, yeah? We can justify a 5-wave move up from the April low, even though the microstructure honestly has been a challenge to track. But the good news is we do have a potential 5-wave move. Now, please be aware this move up that's shown in blue here is not an impulse. It's a diagonal pattern. And these diagonal patterns, they are subject to change. And also, not only that, they don't really react that well to Fibonacci levels. And they are kind of unreliable because they like to change direction. You know, that's what diagonals do, especially because these microstructures in a diagonal, they are corrective in nature. Yeah. So someone asked me earlier today about, some of these charts, and a lot of them are moving again in diagonals, but that's okay. Some of them are impulsive looking, but here this XRP chart, definitely not an impulse. But people ask me about, okay, why would the 5th wave be an ABC? Well, that is clearly because, the 3rd wave, for example, is a corrective one. They're absolutely corrective. 3 waves up in wave W, 3 waves up in wave Y. I mean, the X wave is anyway a 3-wave move. If we go to the 1-hour time frame, hold on. Bit difficult to see here. But also here, yeah, you might see it here on the 1-hour chart. I mean, this is also not a 5-wave move, right? It's an A, B, C in that wave 1. So whenever we are dealing with those, hold on, I just want to go back. Whenever we're dealing with those A, B, C structures, yeah, then and we have a wave 1 ABC, and we have a wave 3 ABC, and the wave I don't know, subwaves corrective or WXY in the wave 3, then the wave 5 has to be an ABC structure as well, or at least a complex corrective pattern. And I mean, the idea is this 5th wave, yeah, could stretch to 246 or 255 next, absolutely, but most likely in an ABC structure. Now, if it forms 5 waves instead of an ABC, then it might simply be the A wave of the 5th wave, and it might extend a bit higher, which can, of course, happen. But for now, we track an immediate upside move, and I have added micro support to the chart, $2.26 to $2.35. So what does that mean? It does mean that we could still see a little higher in the very short term, and it takes a break below $2.26 to suggest that this 5-wave pattern has topped. That would be the first indication. And when we have that, then I can add support for wave 2, which would likely be a corrective pullback. And with a 5-wave move up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we can kind of expect in the next pullback a higher low to form in this wave 2, before we then go higher in a 3rd wave. So that's what we're tracking at the moment. Good start from the April low. I mean, messy, okay, but it's a 5-wave move. So the journey was messy. That was really boring between the 13th of April and the 6th of May. Absolute mess, because it was just a sideways range. But now at least we're pushing higher. We have broken above that April high, and I can see the minimum requirements for a 5-wave move up fulfilled. Now, the 3rd wave, though, reached, and you see that here, my minimum expectation. Typically, that's the 138% extension. When that is the case, typically the 5th wave would get to the 161.8 extension, or the 178.6 extension, so 246 to 255. So that is what I'm tracking at the moment here. And that is, basically just watching for short-term higher, and then having to adjust the support along the way, obviously. And then once we get a break below 226, we'll add support for wave 2. And that could be a setup for higher prices in the 3rd wave that can take us then above 340, basically above all-time high territory. That's the update about XRP. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.